y'all had up here, Doug? Hi. There we go. It's better.
Yeah. Josh, you guys going to pads tomorrow.
Yeah.
There is a new rule about lowering the helmet. Do you have a kind of picture in your mind of what that's going to look like, what'll get you penalized and what won't, ejected and what won't?
Really, I don't, other than just leaving with the crown of your head, which is, I think, is basic necessity, like the rules of the game. I think you learned since you was peewee is to have your head up, bowl, neck, just face mask contact, but not that I know of, lean down with the crown of your head. I think that was taught basic elementary. So now I guess there's a big emphasis on that, which I thought it was before. But face mask, always up anyway. Hit what you see. That's what you was always taught. So being that this is now a rule where you can't leave with the crown of your head, it's just going to, I guess guys to play up better. But at heat in the moment, that split second, just trying to get a guy down. But trust me, they definitely going to look for that fine. So it'll be there waiting in your locker. FedEx delivery.
Reasons to get excited. What is it about this team, this group, that gets you excited about the upcoming season?
Oh, man, we young and they're physical. I mean, up front, man, we got a line now that can compete with any team in this National Football League. I mean, you got those two studs right there in the middle. Those Alabama to Clemson. Oh, man, roll tide. Shoot. But, yeah, it looks good for us on the defense side now. It's just the back end. We've got to come together, make more plays on the football. I think that's what, the key to success for us, just everybody being a collective group on the defense side of the ball. Offense, not even worried at all. They got a guy back there that is just, man, he is precise with everything he do, and he goes out there to show you that each and every time he step on that football field. So it's important for us to get off to a fast start. But I'm very much so excited about this group in 2018.
Josh, you're established and do what you do, but what do you try to add to your game during training camp? What do you work on?
The little things. I think the little things in everything that you do that become big successful plays, but also the little things can become big minuses as well, to where you can feel like, okay, if I don't place my hand in the right spot, if I don't step in the right place, then that can lead into, okay, going down later on in that rep where I'm not able to get out my break as fast as if I was at the line of scrimmage by knocking that timing off. So for me, it's just working on the little things. Being in place is the first part, but finishing the ball should be something that already is established and ingrained in you. So I guess just finishing those plays that's out there for us when you're in position. Each and every time I try to work on that now, it's just taking it to another level in it.
How frustrating was the drop pick that you had then?
Well, that's what I was talking about. Finishing plays, man, something that's taught from an early, age going on, but it's always something that's recurring in your game you always got to work on. You get lazy because you get into those routes, you feel like it's over because you're right there, but it's just that 6 inches that is from making a play and not making a play. And so, yeah, hands was on the ball, but Doc said he saw me breaking down on him, and he grabbed my head. But it's all good. You touch your hands, at DB rule, you got to have it.
You're a vet who's been around for a while, but what have you been able to learn from Orlando, who's been around even longer than you have?
Orlando, he's like a real, savvy vet. He pretty much knows the game. He knows where the concepts of the game and what it's trying to do towards you to become successful, the offense. Learning that and understanding, this is him and he's here to be in that position to help us win football games. And I think learning from him in that aspect is always going to be, I don't know everything. He don't know everything. We're figuring it out together. I mean, we're both the senior guys in this room, and we just got to lead our guys to being successful, players when we get out there on the football field.
Josh, this being year 3, I mean, just how much more comfortable are you with what your role is on this team, what you're being asked to do in the defense? And also, I mean, it seemed like the first 2 years you put a tremendous amount of pressure on yourself, on statistically, individually, also just in how the defense overall performed. How much more comfortable are you now that you're halfway through this contract here?
Well, you got two big bulls up there, Old Todd. It makes it a lot easier. But no, it's just, I think everything coming together, always progressing. Always progress. First year to the second year, now the third year, seeing these guys come back together. New faces as well, but still the main guys who's the guys since I've been here are still here and trying to work to become a successful football team. You know, I think that's for one, why we even here, why we come here, to be successful in anything and everything we do. And we have the pieces in place to do that. It's just getting guys stay healthy, and then once we're healthy, go deep into the playoffs. That's the main goal, just getting to the playoffs, getting in there, anything can happen, and getting ready to go to that big dance. But first you got to work to where you get there, and that starts with training camp. So year 3 for me is just getting through this step, beating training camp like Coach said. That's what he want to do. Kick, Richmond's, you know what, clearly.
Josh, we mentioned the defensive line, Roll Tide. But now that you've got Orlando Scandrick there and the chemistry you're building with DJ Swearinger, we saw it out there today. How open is that defensive backfield for the three of you and those young guns working to get those picks and those pass breakups?
Just wide open. I mean, competition drives people to be successful, whether you get it or not. I mean, it really does. I mean, you see that, everybody is just contagious. Everybody want to get in and make a play, and then if they ask them what happened because you didn't make the play, that's because they want to learn. They want to know, well, did you do something wrong? Did you false step here? Or you can be better there. Those guys they're willing to learn, and that's when you know you can build something great there. We're just putting this hard work now towards it. Staying out to practice, doing the little things where you can get better when we get into that game time mode and that game time setting, be successful. That's all you can ask for.
Being a veteran in this league, do you find yourself talking more to the younger guys that are coming in to help them grow?
Absolutely, man. Guys, it's my little buddy. Hang out. Try to keep him on the straight and narrow. So, yeah, he is definitely going to come around, and he's going to show some people out. He really is. He's so eager to learn, though. He's just like a kid, just energy all day, like energy ball. Guys like that, and then my guys in my room, oh, man, they are so great. Danny and all those guys, man, they look up to us, Fish, and we just want to put some good stuff out there for them. We was working out this summer together, so everybody is on the same page, understanding how to be a pro in this league.
Last question up front.
Jay was saying that the injury that Montae had last year hurt the defense more than maybe people really anticipated. Just having him back there, what does he bring to that safety group in the defensive backfield? And as a second-year guy, like, what hasn't he been able to show that you've personally seen?
His presence as being a rangy guy. I mean, shoot, you can go to one side of the field like it ain't nothing, just moving like that, and that poses a threat to all quarterbacks, to be weary of the deep ball now, because you got a guy that can get there. And when he gets there, he's coming down and he wants to inflict, punishment on anybody. So when you see a guy like that, you just want to make sure you keep him on the, knowing what he's supposed to do at all times. Talking, communication, help guys out. I think for him, it's going to help him out a whole bunch for this second year. It's a year for him. He could be special. He can really actually do some things for our secondary that we don't have. And that's the big thing we look forward to when we look at Montae Nicholson.
Thanks, Josh.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Josh.